Hi guys, Jamie with Simplicity by j.m.e here, and today is Show and Tell Sunday for November 6th. It's the first in the series, so the format may end up changing. I'm not exactly sure how I really want to do this. The main idea is just to show you what I've been working on, and a lot of the last few weeks have been more planning and pattern writing than actually getting anything done. So there's not a whole lot, but there's a bit of a, I guess, yarn stash show off, because it's yarn that I will be using in projects that are coming up within the next few weeks. So I guess I will start off with probably the bane of my projects. Now this project started October 21st, and I've put it down because I've gotten so frustrated with it. It's a virus shawl. I had never made a virus shawl, and I know that was like the big thing last year. I was a little intimidated by it. And for some reason, I woke up on the 21st at like 4 in the morning and decided, hey, let's make one. Don't know why 4 in the morning is a good idea to start one, but hey, apparently it was. So I grabbed a skein of my Simply Soft that I had in the Sunset, and I started working on it. I'm about 2 skeins in, probably about halfway through it, halfway done with it. And I got frustrated because I lost my hook. So I've set it aside. I have replaced the hook at this point. I don't know why I didn't have multiples. I have multiples of the size under. I have multiples of the size above it, but I didn't have multiples of this specific hook. So, this is it. This is my virus shawl made in Simply Soft Sunset. And I love this yarn. I love the texture. I love the coloring, the burgundies, the golds, the oranges. It's just, I love these colors. I really do. And it's going to be hard for me to get rid of this. But I am 7 or 8 motifs in. I'm not going to count right now. I'm probably going to 12 or 14. So it's somewhere just over halfway to 3/4 done. I hope to have this completed within the next few weeks. This will be up at my site by the end of the month. I do also have some wrist warmers that match. They're not the virus motif, but it's the same color pattern, and I think they would go really well as a set. So be on the lookout for that. I will be posting updates on this on my blog and on my Facebook page. It may come out in a show and tell again too. I do not know. I have spent a lot of time on picking out yarns within the last little bit for various things. I was wanting to try the color pulling that everybody is doing, which is kind of making a plaid or tartan look out of variegated yarns, and I haven't started doing that yet because the ones that I picked out weren't going to work for that. So I also had received an order for some of my simple crochet wrist warmers in Camo and in Coral. I've had them on my shop before, and I'm going to add those again, but I picked out some more yarns that I thought would be good for those. If you haven't seen them, which I know on my YouTube channel you haven't because it's just starting, right? But this is what my simple wrist warmers look like. They're about 7 inches long, and they are loose enough, they kind of stretch, but they're all made with red heart for the most part, unless they're part of my special collection. This right here is called Reef. It is composed of browns and creams and teals and blues, and it's very reminiscent of the fish and the colors you would see on a coral reef. This I may have a hard time getting rid of because I love how these colors worked out together. It's just an interesting pattern. I mean, you can see kind of like zebrafish and blue tangs, and it's just a very pretty pattern. The other yarns that I have that are coming up for this is called Mirage. It is a subtler, more muted palette, sands and browns, and a light blue. I'm going to like how this turns out, I think. Woodsy will be another camo, but it's not the traditional hunter green on green on green camo. This is more browns and tans with a little bit of green into it. This will be very pretty. And finally, the one that will be probably added to the simple crochet wristworm collection. This right here is fall. So it has all the colors. It has a little bit of purple, but it's got browns and orange and burgundy and various shades of green. I've made it before. It never made it on my shop. This turns out wonderful. So I'm kind of excited. These will be up by the end of the month as well. Within the next few days, hopefully, this is Sunday, hopefully on Wednesday I will have these put in. And this has been what I have been working on the last week or so. I started making these cable stitch ear warmer headbands, and I will add pictures to the end of this video. This pattern originally was made by J.m.e Designs, and you can find her on Ravelry, or I found her through her blog. Just search J.m.e Designs cable stitch ear warmers and this pattern will come up. The only thing is I was having a hard time with it because I didn't like how the sides were ending out on mine. So I rewrote the pattern just a little bit for me. And I have two right now, but I have other colors coming. So this right here is in Minty. This is made with Red Heart with Love. It's softer than the Red Heart Super Saver, but it's also very warm and very stretchy. So I love this one. But this is Minty. And this right here is Peacock, which I love this color. I fell in love with this color when I first got it. It's, you know, the dark blue that you'll find in an India blue peacock. I mean, this is gorgeous. So I made those and decided, hey, I want to make, she had a set of cable stitch wrist warmers, a pattern free on her blog as well, that went with them. And I started working on it and I didn't like it. It's made in the round, and for me, the reason I didn't like it is just because it's cable stitched on two sides, and that meant you put a cable stitch, either two cable stitches on the side, which I couldn't see, or you put one on top of your hand and one in the palm of your hand, which was going to be too bulky. So I rewrote a pattern for it using the same motif as the headband. For some reason I keep trying to put these things on upside down. But it took me a few days to get them made because I started writing the pattern in the car on my phone and it didn't save. And the way I write them, you mirror the pattern. So you start off one way and for the right one, and then for the next one you start off the other way. And I had the right one done, so I'm working on writing up the left one. And I wrote it, and I started trying to do the pattern, and it didn't come out. And I got mad, and I put it down to the side, and it took me until the next morning to figure out. I do her cable stitch backwards. When it was saying front post, I was doing back post. So my whole cable motif is backwards, but it works for me because I did it the way that her pattern says to do it, and I don't like how it turns out. So, back to, this is the wrist warmers in Minty, and it will not show up the motif very well, but I am going to add pictures at the end of these two projects together because these will be sold as sets or separately on my site as well. I do also have them made in Peacock. The big thing is I have 7 other solid colors that I will be making them in. Traditional black, obviously. Can't do black without doing white. Charcoal, which I have made before and love. I have tan, which is missing its label for some reason. Iris, which is a very pretty light purple. Love this color. Boysenberry, which is a burgundy-ish wine color. I love wine colors. These are my favorite colors. And this is papaya, which is kind of a flamingo color to me, but I like it. This will probably be the next one I work on. So those are my solid colors. And they will have the same wooden buttons on him. I went and bought out all of them that Hobby Lobby had at one store. I'll be working towards another store here in a few days, but I am going to also make a limited supply of 3 colors, maybe. I may make 4 or 5. I only have 3 right now, but these are Red Heart with Love metallics. This is fuchsia, and fuchsia is probably not the best color, but I have fuchsia, just royal, which is a dark navy blue, and teal. And I don't know that you can see it, which is part of the reason why I'm going to spin it. Within the yarn, it has metallic stripes, little hints of glitter throughout it, and these are going to be made with a crystal button, but they're smaller. I do already have them. So there's going to be 3 on them where there's only 2 on these. So I'm going to be interested to see how these come out. But these will not be out until at some point in December. And they probably will not have the wrist warmers to match unless everybody wants them. So that's pretty much what I've been working on. A lot of it, like I said, has been pattern design and writing up. In fact, actually, I have to rewrite the pattern for the cable wrist warmers because I never fixed it after I found out what the problem was. So, like I said, look for some of these items to be in my shop within the next week, probably on Wednesday. I will begin adding the cable sets. At the end of the month, we'll have the virus shawl and its set added to it, and then December we will be having the metallics. So I will see you next Sunday for another show and tell. Hopefully it may not have as much, it will not have as much yarn discussed, I don't think. But I hope to see you there, guys. Have a wonderful day and enjoy it. Bye.
In the description box below, you will find links to our Facebook page, our shop, and our blog, where you can find details and information about what we are currently up to. Check out our other videos to see what we currently have going on. Also, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to email us. The address is in the description box below. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.